We hold archives of Michigan heritage arts and culture, musical field recordings, audio and video, interviews with folk and traditional artists from around the state, all of which are housed in the MSU Museum's collections, including interviews with our two awardees that we're going to honor today. Since 1987, MTAP seeks to acknowledge Michigan tradition bearers through our Michigan Heritage Awards. This is the state's highest honor for folk and traditional artists and the people who serve those communities of practice. These awards are nomination-based. Members of the nominees' home and artistic communities build nominations which include a thorough description of the artist's work, their history, artistry, and community engagement, several work samples, and letters of recommendation from people locally and nationally who are, sometimes internationally, who are familiar with the nominees' contributions to their tradition. These nominations are then evaluated by a panel of folk and traditional arts specialists, practitioners, and community organizers. Nominations are due in January of each year and evaluated in February, so if you know someone, you are welcome to submit. You can find more information on our website, which is traditionalarts.msu.edu. I'd like to thank Wheatland for hosting these awards. Let's hear it for Wheatland. Especially Kent Blackmer, Chris Stableford, and Lola Tyler for their work on pulling this all together. The two awardees we recognize here join several other folks from the Wheatland extended family who have received awards, including Deanna Green, Wade and Julia Maynard, Restore Douglas, Glenn Van Antwerp, Calvin Cook, Bruce Bowman, Costabella Cloggers, Nick Garris, Dan Gorno, and Carol Howard. So let's begin with our first awardee, shall we? Do you want to do that? Our first award is going to Wheatland dance favorite, Sheila Graziano. So I'm going to bring her nominators to the stage. We have Emily Evans and Adam Wheeler who are going to say a few words about why they felt passionate about nominating Sheila for this award.
Thank you, Micah. Hello, everybody. Thanks for having here and celebrating with us. As Micah shared, the Michigan Heritage Awards honor individuals who continue their community folk traditions with excellence through practice and teaching, or to outstanding community leaders in the maintenance, documentation, and presentation of traditional arts. And when I think of the spirit of this award, I think of few who would better embody the spirit than Sheila Graziano. So it is my pleasure to honor and celebrate with all of you the contribution Sheila has made to the Michigan folk community and beyond through clogging. Clogging, as you may know, has its roots in the Appalachian traditions, but has truly become over time an American tradition. So I looked up a definition for tradition, and it's the transmission of customs or beliefs from generation to generation. And Sheila, as a tradition bearer, shares these customs and beliefs every time she shares a step backstage, or form, or dance technique, but she's sharing so much more. She's sharing customs and beliefs about community, connectedness, joy, and a dedication to something greater than self. Sheila's dancing journey began at the age of 10 with tap dance lessons in Detroit at Shirley St. Mary's School of Dance. And her roots in her clogging journey actually start here at Wheatland. So that makes it even more special that we're here celebrating her on the 50th anniversary of this Wheatland Festival. Happy Wheatland, everybody. And there are folks in the audience who have been really special on this path that Sheila has traveled through clogging. Pat and Lucy, who are two that joined her in team clogging outside of Wheatland early on. Michigan Traditional Arts Apprenticeship Program colleagues, including co-nominator Emily Evans and Meredith Brown. And that's to acknowledge that Sheila has been a four-time mentor with the MTAP program. And then many others who, as I've acknowledged, have either shared festival stages, workshop floors, or maybe a moment backstage, eager to learn the basics of clogging with Sheila. Since the 80s, Sheila's joined many different teams and collaborations, including the Crosstown Cloggers, Crow's Feet, and the Commonwealth Dance Collective. She's danced at festivals all over, including Bliss Fest, Thumb Fest, Holler Fest, there's pattern here. Goderich Celtic Roots Festival, and here at Wheatland. She's been a longtime director of dance for a youth performance group, the Sleaton Fiddlers Philharmonic, getting young kids excited and eager to perform and dance clogging. She's been an avid supporter of organizations like Wheatland, Earful of Fiddle, and the Ann Arbor Community for Traditional Music and Dance. And she's been a longtime friend, colleague, mentor of mine, and I've had the pleasure of knowing her since I was 14, and our journey has been just magic. There's really not words to describe it. So thank you again for celebrating Sheila with me. Emily, do you have anything to share?
I think I speak for all of us that we're so happy to congratulate Sheila, and you've really touched so many lives.
That we're giving out to our two wonderful awardees that were hand calligraphied by Kate Darnell, who's an East Lansing artist and longtime folk community collaborator. I'm going to bring those forward and I can show them here. And we also have a legislative tribute that was signed by Senator Sue Shink, you can see the rest of the name, State Representative Kathy Schnaltz, Garland Gilchrist II, who's the Lieutenant Governor, and Governor Gretchen Whitmer. So I want to thank those offices for helping prepare that tribute. And I'll read the text that's on here to formally announce our award for Wonderful Sheila. The 2023 Michigan Heritage Award is presented to Sheila Graziano in recognition for her outstanding contribution to Michigan's cultural heritage. She has served her community with excellence as a traditional clogger and dance educator. This award, as I mentioned, is presented by Michigan State University's Michigan Traditional Arts Program. Sheila.
Thank you so much, Micah. And thank you, Adam and Emily, so much for the nomination. I'm truly honored, and it feels a little bit surreal considering that this is just part of my everyday life, dancing. It's very ingrained, it's very joyous, and it's something that has really allowed me to build community around the traditional arts in my life and help my local communities, which is the general Ann Arbor area, really expand their programs in dancing in particular. 47 years ago, to the weekend, the second weekend in September, I came to these grounds as a smoothie vendor for the third Wheatland Music Festival. It was a very cold, rainy weekend. I think we might have sold 3 smoothies. People didn't even know what a smoothie was in 1977, to be perfectly honest. But the purpose of my adventure became very clear when I heard fiddle music and saw Appalachian clogging for the first time via the Greengrass Cloggers, and it kind of blew my mind. I had no idea that this existed, let alone where to find it, and it completely altered the path of my life, and I will be forever grateful to Wheatland for existing. And so now I've come back as a teacher and a performer and an attendee, and it's all been just amazing. So fast forward to today, Adam said an awful lot of what I also have written. But it's a joy to continue to teach, collaborate, and just enjoy the company of others at sessions and house parties and all that. Working with the high school kids is always a pleasure. I tend to run into them at events when they're already full-grown adults with children of their own and they're still playing music and doing some dancing, and that is what this is all about, is passing it along, building the next generation, and sharing it with the people that we love. And some we don't love so much. The apprenticeships I was able to do that were expedited through the Traditional Arts Apprenticeship Program that the MSU Museum sponsors have been very special. there's 4 dancers that have passed through that in my hands, and the whole program inspired me to develop one of my own in the Ann Arbor area. So I think that's a really long-term effect of what I've been able to experience along the journey. And I want to give special thanks to Micah for making sure that this happened on my sacred grounds here at Wheatland, 47 years after my first introduction to it. But I have a really special shout out to my husband Angelo, who has completely expedited my dance life. I'd say to him, I'm going to go out of town for about a 4-day weekend with Mark. I'll be back. And he'd say, okay. And he'd take care of the kids, and he'd take care of the house, and he took care of business. He also is an amazing woodworker, and he's built little step-a-tunes, portable dance boards. He's built larger dance floors for groups of people. He's built me a staircase to do an old vaudeville routine on. He's made wood taps for my shoes. And the only time he ever flinched for any of my requests was when I asked him to build me a pedestal. But he soon understood that it was for dancing purposes, not total ego. So thank you, Angelo, for everything you've done, and your kind nature and your generosity through all of this. I really couldn't have done it without you. So thank you, everybody, for being here. I see people out in the audience, and as Adam pointed out, were my very beginning dancers, some of my newer colleagues, and it's all just an honor and a pleasure to be here. Unfortunately, I have to rush off to the main stage right after this, and I just want to hug all of you. So if there's any chance you can stick around and we can meet up after the dance show, that would be really awesome, because I just can hardly bear the idea of not at least making eye contact with everyone. So thank you again, this is quite the honor.
Congratulations, Sheila. All right, we have one more awardee, and then they're going to do a little dancing and music for you all.